Salute. What up, brothers and sisters? What's good on a Sunday? It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a quick one. We are here for an hour and a half, an hour. Um, Jukan, what up? What up? Me still, you. What's good? Everybody, how y'all doing today? I know some of y'all are probably just coming back from the good old church. Some of y'all are doing some cleaning at the crib. Some of y'all are getting prepared for the next day. I know some of y'all already busy, so Miss Lamu. Comment vas-tu? Merci, hein? Merci, Belsem. Thank you. Abner Fur, peace, peace, peace. Like I said, I won't be long. So, I actually came here cause tomorrow we having the prayer night. So this is just more like a reinsurance, and also to set the tone. And I'm gonna tell you guys what you guys are gonna need for it. So anybody that's a member, if you're a member on my Patreon, you need to be there tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We're gonna have that prayer night tomorrow at 9. It's tomorrow basic. Like what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna do sound activation. We're gonna do a purification or also an alignment of frequency. So tomorrow is based on alignment frequency and cleanse. So I'm gonna tell you guys what you're gonna need to have in order for you to participate in tomorrow. Is gonna be 15 minutes of frequency tuning. So we got the tune our frequency in, 15 minutes of that, 15 minutes resonance, and 15 minutes um, special word to align our body. So it's going to be different sets of training and a purification tomorrow. So what the tomorrow meditation slash prayer, because when I said prayer for people here, when you said prayer, that means you are conjuring energy. That means you are building a line of resonance. So this is what it's going to be about. And you got to be there tomorrow. It's going to be special. And every Monday, that's what we do. Okay, we prepare for the weeks. Every Monday at 9 o'clock, if you're a member on the Patreon, you'll be able to participate and raise the frequency together, and also attract what we want. Because this world is a holographic frequency. This world is not what you think it is. This world is just a set of frequency, a set of resonance, and a set of code, and a set of thought. So this whole universe is just nothing but pure frequency. So everything around you is energy and sound waves. So you just need to know what are they. You just need to know how to tap in these energy sources, and you just need to know how to conjure an energy together, because it's a process. The reason why I'm doing this, because the most successful process of doing this is mass gathering. So when we gather together, our energy now become more validated. When more people doing things together, the force field, because again, I'm just one spectrum or one organism inside of a huge celestial body. So just understand, the more of us, it doesn't matter, three, four, five, it doesn't matter. We still have greater chances of materialize our reality, because what you want, what we all striving for, okay, appreciate you. What we want, what everybody is striving for in this paradigm, or what you call this dimension of this place, you want to call it Earth, whatever you want to call it, all of us have need. Unfortunately, our need is what we want to survive. So therefore, survival become a needy aspect or a needy prospect or a needy competition on this plane of Earth. So we want things to happen. But guess what? Before it materialize in your world, it's a resonance that's somewhere, because again, what you want gonna come from other people, what you want gonna come from someone. But again, if you know how to align your energy, if you know how to say certain word, if we all come together and we are projecting this frequency together, the universe gonna fabricate, the universe gonna conjuring, the universe gonna constructing their reality to find you. So again, I'm a priest. I do this in a regular, but also this is a factor, because this is a, it's based for people like, let me explain this very carefully for most people here. Any form of spirituality, any forms of anything that you want to call spiritual. Because when you said spiritual, it means breath. The science of breath go a long way. Breathing is for most of us, it's a program because you know you are breathing unconsciously. This is one aspect of our reality. We don't calculate it. It just happens. So if it's happened, that just shows you we are inside of a consciousness that is operate within a frequency level that it's a program. So if our body know it have to behave within what we call Charles, appreciate you, brother. It have to operate within a level of self-sufficiency. This is the same way with attracting. We supposed to attract what we want. So like I said, before you evolve within your spiritual journey, you need to know the basics. The basics is the body. You got to know how to breathe. There's breathing techniques. There's a way to breathe. There's certain word. Because again, we heard that a lot. If you're online right now, all of us specifically, they've trained us to see everything physically, but the physical part is the limit part of us. Because all of us is promised to leave this body behind. None of us leaving with this crap. This crap stay behind. So this is a suit. This is a vehicle. This is an envelope. This is a clothing that we are using called a flesh. But again, I'm not against that because it's still a part of it, but they put the focus more on that. You will find more people telling you you need to detox, you need to cleanse, you need to eat this. I get it, which is a part of it, which is true. But the spiritual detox, let me say it again. The most valuable part of our existence is spiritual. That means the breathing part, the essence part. We don't have spiritual cleanse. And this is what I'm about to do tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 Monday focus on spiritual cleanse. We're going to need to spiritually cleanse ourselves before we move forward with any activity in the near future. So my advice to all anyone's out there, before you get involved with any spirituality form, you need to spiritually detox yourself in order for you to even jumpstart or start to understand. Okay? Chris, what up? Because let me say this. A lot of time, I witness this because I do this in the regular. Okay, that's my job. I encounter with a lot of people, a lot of clients, if you call it. To me, they're not clients, they are family members. I believe this is my prospect. I know for a fact anyone that comes to me is just the universe sending my family member towards me to help them remember, become a member of the family. And then what is the family? The elite bloodline. What is the family? The Yangas. What is the family? The mystical bloodline. Those, the guardian, those that's supposed to know what to do, when to do, how to do, and also raise the frequency of the planet and raise the children of their bloodline so they keep the mark or leave the next generation better than what we have here. So to me, this is what it is. So what I've noticed for the most part is that I have people that I'm dealing with, right? These people really want to do something. They get engaged. Some of them they put a lot of energy. Energy is what we call money. Money is energy. Now, unfortunately for us, we use the term money, but it's energy because you have to work for it. You have to do things for it. So it requires energy transferring to materialize that piece of paper that we agree to perform with. So again, we carry a paper. The paper is none other than the sigil. Okay, it's none other than a magical paper. It's a talisman. Okay, it's a talisman that we carry. We call this talisman money. But again, within this talisman that we are using, okay, from there, a lot of people use energy to transfer themselves into it. And when we get involved with the work, I tell them about certain things for them to do. Money, what up? I tell them a lot of them, I be telling them, look, you go ahead, you do this, you do that. This is what you need to do. And guess what? They don't even do certain things. And the process end up being delayed or the process didn't work at all because they didn't perform what was told them to do. It's a 50-50 bargain. But now understand, it's not their fault because some of them, they don't have the spiritual detox. Let me explain this very carefully because a lot of people been victimized, and some of them, which is the majority of people that comes to me, are mostly people that's been victimized in the spiritual practice. That means they've been dealing with that's some sector. They've been dealing with other people before, but shit didn't work out or shit got worse because the little steps they forget the first steps, which is what spiritual detox. If you're not spiritually detox, now what is a spiritual detox? Let me be very carefully explain it to you. Shout out to my young brother out here, big homie in the building. Spiritual detox is this, folks. The same way you have parasite when you eat too much stuff and you have a bunch of food you eating and you bloated, you have a big gut and all of that. The same process that we have to detox from things we ate and all of that shit. That's the same process with the spiritual world. There's a lot of demons. There's a lot of spirit. Now, for people that wonder, what is a demon? See, the word is what got us most caught up. When we heard the term demon, we just assuming because Hollywood automatically shows you what a demon's supposed to look like. But what a demon is an energy. That means you have a energy residue. You have energy residue that's attached to you. The same thing physical is the same thing physical. Nothing changed. They are the same, but they make us preoccupy a level of stuff. Star seed, grand rising. Understand that part. So now you have a lot of spiritual residue in you. These are demonic spirit. Demons mean devolved. That means entities that is linked on your body or attached to you and been draining your life force. And by doing that, now what is your life force? Your life force is everything that is vital to your life. Now, what is vital? Thought. Certain thought pattern is not there anymore because the entity is influences you to think differently. What are other things? Things like, a lot of people have rebellious nature. Donna, appreciate you. A lot of us got rebellious nature. Man, let me give a shout out to beautiful, beautiful, beautiful motherly energy in the building. Filthy rich. Okay, the witch lady. This is a long time. This is family member from a long time. All right, so I'm gonna give a shout out to the beautiful ones out there. Okay, gotta say this. So now let's get back to it. A lot of us have spiritual residue that's stuck with us based to Mac, shout out to you, based to stuff that we've been having. We either have family members, because you don't know what follows you from work. A lot of people don't get it. You're going to work right now, and from your work from 9 to 5, every day you go, you don't know what latch on to you. You don't know what energy that attached to you as what we call a blood-sucking ticks, and they are draining your life force, and by doing that, guess what? Anything that have to do with you to attract, anything that attract from your world. You've been trying to pray. You going to church. You going doing everything. You go to a Babalawo. You go to a Mambo. You go to a Ugin. You did it all. Nothing can work. Why? You have something. You got a parasite. You got a spiritual parasite that stitch it on your body. Anything that you trying to materialize can never work because that thing on you. The same way you buy products on TikTok and many places to detox, you need a spiritual detox. But unfortunately for people, spiritual detox is a set of frequency. The only way for you to get rid of these entities is not just you drink. Yeah, those parasites, those worms, these are physical. They arms your body. I get that. But in a spiritual level, in a breath technique, because when you said spiritual, is the science of breath, okay? And a breath level, what is breath? Life. What is life? Sound, okay? So in a breath level, in a breath technique, in order for you to get rid of these entities, you need to know certain word. And this is why I'm doing this. I'm going to dedicate 2 weeks, this Monday tomorrow, and next Monday is going to be for a cleanse. Every first Monday of the month, I'm going to do a cleanse to help my brothers and sisters. Ricky, what up, brother? Because it's vital. To me, this is the side of our life that I think it was probably not the time for it. The alignment was not there. I think this is why I'm doing this because we need, and whatever you learn from there, keep doing it. Before you go into bed, before you sleep, spend about 10 to 15 minutes saying these words, saying these chant to help your body vibrate in a higher plane. Because again, that's people right now, they can't even dream. That it has to do with spiritual residue. Some get dreams, okay? Some can't even do what they want to do. For an example, let me say this. You have a lot of people, right? They can't even trust their own selves. They said they're about to do something. And 2, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, not even a full hour later, what they said they're about to do, they don't even do it. They're constantly living a contradicting lifestyle. It's not normal. This is spiritual interruptions. That means you have entities in you constantly influencing your frequency pattern. So again, the only way for you to deal with them is to get rid of them. They are spiritual beings. So again, you need a spiritual cleanse. These are frequency. You need to tap in frequency word in a chant. So again, that's what it's gonna be. So now, the process, the work. A lot of people, like I said before, you go into your job, you don't know who you're working with. You don't know what is the spiritual background of your co-workers. You don't know what is the spiritual background of your boss. You don't know what the spiritual background of that environment, what you call your job. Now, it look like it's a place you're going to work, but you don't know the historical fact of this building you're working in. You don't know the historical fact of this factory that you're building in. You don't know if it's been built on on top of a cemetery. You don't know. You don't know how many people that was probably unalive before they take this. You don't know what family they stole this environment from. You don't know the condition of these places. And this is why you need to build yourself, because a lot of people victimize from environment. You've been a victim from going places and shit follows you, shit attacking you. You don't know you don't know nothing about, but you just victimized because of what you call spiritual cleanse. You got to know how to get rid of these crap, and you got to know you build yourself and create a wall of energy around them, because everything around you is spiritual and it's physical. Shout out to my beautiful, gorgeous social in the building, okay? These places, because again, America, this place is on stolen land. They stole our land. And a lot of our ancestors is attacking people. They are resentful. We have more resentful energy in America more than any other places in the world, because America been built on top of our indigenous ancestors. So there's a lot of ancestors that's weaponized their energy. So this is, you find that a lot with a lot of people too. A lot of us have like a bunch of ancestors. They are not here to help us. They are here for war because they've been victimized in their previous life. So therefore, their energy is not here for good. They're just here to constantly causing rift. And this is why a lot of us be quick to be snapped. See, you find a lot of people, you wonder like, yo, why you got an anger problem? No, it's not an anger problem. It's an ancestral trigger point. That means your ancestor is something happened in your line, something in your bloodline is not being corrected, and that entity or that ancestors is constantly producing frequency to get you quick, to get you triggered, and that become a part of you. Now you thinking this is a normality of your life, but in reality is being influenced by forces that's around you, but you don't know anything about. So again, for everybody tomorrow, okay, I want you to get like, you're gonna, for people that's member here, okay, because I might not, I'm coming back later on tonight, but this is gonna be on YouTube. If you're a member, you're gonna need 4 cups of water, okay? You're gonna need 4 glasses of water or 4 cups of water. You're gonna need that. This is the requirement. You're gonna need 4 cups of water or 4 glass of water. It's up to what you had. You need 4 of that, okay? You're gonna need a bucket. You need a bucket. You're gonna put a water, fill the bucket with water. All of us, you're gonna need a bucket, and you just gonna either you sat down on the floor or you sit on a chair. Make sure your foot is inside of that bucket of water, okay? Because water is element, and element work with frequency. This is what the requirement gonna need, and you need 4 candles. 4 candles, a bucket of water, so you can put your foot inside of that bucket of water, and 4 glasses of water. 4 glasses of water, a bucket fill up with water, 4 candles, and a bell. I need you to get a bell. Rodage, what up, brother? What's good? You need to get a bell, okay? You're going to need a bell. Now, it's very, very, very important. You need a bell, and you need a cha-cha. If you cannot find a bell, you got a cha-cha, that's good. But if you just only got tomorrow, if you only got the bell, it's good. But highly recommended you need the bell, okay? You need a bell. Number 1, the bell. Number 2, a bucket of water. Number 3, 4 cups of, 4 cups of water or 4 glasses of water, and you need 4 candles. These are the 4 requirements you're gonna need for tomorrow. So if you're a member of my Patreon, you can reach out to me if you need more explanation. But that's what it's gonna be. That's why I do this live right now, because I know I'm not gonna have the full time to do everything. Because tomorrow at 9 o'clock, okay, a cha-cha is a if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? Social, don't worry about it, gorgeous. Get you a bell. Get you a bell. All right. Make sure you in a very isolated room. Make sure your room is not chaotic. Okay. Make sure you don't have children around you. Make sure you don't have nobody. Turn your phone on silent. And it's very, very important to do that. And you're gonna need to wear, you either being naked or you wear all white. Okay? You wear all white or you being naked. I highly recommend it if you can just be naked, it can help out. But if you're around certain areas, I get it, just put all white on. Okay? Now why the color white? The color white is a spectrum of neutrality. It's a neutral color. It does not have a severe amount of frequency to attract energy around you. So you have the access to build, or you are in a neutral zone to build up what you're trying to do. And certain colors, you cannot wear them when you're doing cleanse. Cleanse, you need the white color for cleanse, because any other colors have a frequency, and that frequency influence things around you. It might influence a spirit, it might influence an ancestor, or it might influence a demon, or you don't know. So the white is very, 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 very important. So you do that. Now, my Patreon, someone asked, what's my Patreon? And my Patreon is the Angry Chief. One word, the Angry Chief. The same name I have here, that's the same thing my Patreon is. You just go out there, type the Angry Chief, you will be out there and you'll be participate on that. Very, very, very important. Catch you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You do not want to miss this out. Now, let's stick to it, because we got an hour here before I leave. Okay. When we talk about the spiritual cleanse, or we have spiritual parasite. Now, what causes spiritual parasite? A lot of our problem, we have a lot of our people here in the culture. Let me talk about the mainland, the indigenous American people, what you want to call the black American. We all indigenous now, but I'm talking about a culture here in the States. Now, here in America, a lot of our brothers and sisters, they are prone for spiritual parasite more than any other group. Because understand why I say this. Here in the state, here in the mainland, the enemy sits here. The enemy's right here. So again, there's a lot of things that our indigenous American people lost. They lost a lot of customs, and also a lot of custom has been changed. So that's things that they used to do when the empire was around in the early 1900s is no longer there. There's a lot of custom that's changing as it is now. So what we used to do in the back in the time, specifically people in the southern part, the South, the deep South of America, you will know, since there's someone to call it today, they reduce the practice to family reunion. Now people are going to only use family reunion today as what our indigenous ancestors used to do back then. Back then, we used to have a full-blown ceremony when family members come in, drum being played, music being played, we are dancing around fires, and we having ritual, okay? Those custom change. They replace those ritual with the church now. Let me say it again. These indigenous ritual has been changed or assimilate to the church life. You're going to find more people now when they come in. Now, let me say this. What you call the science of hoodoo. Now, you heard hoodoo, and indigenous American people or mainland people trying to tell you that hoodoo is actually what you call it's a birthright. Let me say this. What you call hoodoo today, this is the same process our indigenous people and the entire continent was doing when the empire fall. We were assimilate. So again, what you call hoodoo is a piece of the original tradition that we trying to use more church-like. So we using the church-like orientation, or we using the church-like taste in order to hide ourselves from what we were doing. So hoodoo literally is what we call a hiding system. So we use it just to make it comfortable to these invaders, or to make it comfortable for outside people to accept what we're trying to do. But hoodoo was never how it was when we were doing what we used to do as indigenous folk. When we were doing shit raw, we was out in nature. We were playing the drum. We were dancing. We were calling on spirit. We used to be sharing body with these spirits, which is ancestors again, until the empire fall and persecution started, and some of our ancestors been hung, some of our ancestors been, burned a lot. You name it, they did it, and we have to adjust because the level of persecution that our people suffer, we have to adjust based to these persecutions. And this is what we call hoodoo today. Hoodoo is none other than a form to make it easy in the eye of these invaders, or to make it easy in the eyes of the captors. But this was never in its original form. But now, why you find a lot of mainland folks or Indigenous American, or you want to call Black American, going to a lot of issues spiritually? For an example, you find a lot of them, a lot of our people have a very short accepting energy. That means we quick to go against each other, as far as you finding some of us unaliving each other for the slight reason, or family feud where when grandma or grandfather is no longer there, now we start fighting each other over possessions of the family. Some trying to sell the home, some's trying to sell the land. It's always a rift. As soon as the old head is not there, it's always a fight, because again, these are what we call spiritual parasite, because there's a system that they remove. There's a system that they hide. There's a system that's been changed among our spiritual growth that is no longer there. And just because it's not there, other energy is manipulating us to be something that we are not. And this is why a lot of problem in our community. This is why we have issues. The biggest problem you're going to find in most of us has always been family. We have more hardship or more tension amongst family as opposed to strangers. That is not natural. All of this is what we call the side effect from what we all know. It's called spiritual parasite. They all around. Okay, yes, you need white candles. Okay, you need white candles, no color candles. Like I said, colors or spectrums. You need neutrality. So yes, you need 4 white candles for that. Okay, very important. So now, what I know for a fact also, it's we don't revere our ancestors. A lot of us have family members that's gone, they just gone. It's not by coincidence they are gone. They don't just gone like that. A lot of us have dreamed. We don't even dream ancestors anymore. Some people might transition out of your family. You start having, you probably saw them 3 to 5 years later. This is bad. This is a bad sign. Your ancestors, you're supposed to keep seeing them. Okay, but we have spiritual parasite. That means whatever attached to our body, not allowing us to have our natural aura. All of us have a natural aura. Our aura is what you call your spiritual projection. Now, what is an aura? It's a frequency band. That means your aura is your true identity. That means you walk around with a full frequency, and that's supposed to be the you. And this is what you use to tap many realms. This is what you use to venture out to many reality that still exists around you. When a person is no longer in a physical body, they go to a different reality. You're supposed to reach out to their reality. Now, a lot of us couldn't reach out to their reality because our energy, our range is not that far. So we can't even reach out to many reality because something latched on us, something stuck within us, draining our frequency. And guess what? We don't have enough to reach. And this is why our life is miserable. Whatever we trying to do never work. Whatever we trying to create never work. Whatever that we want to happen is always the opposite, because our spiritual range is limited. Our spiritual range is too low. Our spiritual reach is actually being broadcast somewhere else and is being drained somewhere else. Now, what is other stuff out there? The number one causes of our family issues is the whole religious system. Religion played a major role of creating what we call the spiritual parasite in our community. I explained this before. One of the number one issues in our community is spiritual parasite, and religion did that. Because what you notice within religion is the fact that they create a mindset, they create a order, or they create a system that if you don't fall within the system, they don't even giving you an ounce of energy. I have family member. I always say this: family member don't even want me to come to their crib because in the back of their mind, oh, this dude, he's not subscribing to what I'm doing. So whatever that he's in must be bad. That is not normal, folks. Let me say this again. This is not normal. What you witnessed here, when you saw these signs, this is 100% taken over by a host. That means any family members that's willing to forsaking you, forsaking any member of their family over religion, that is your ultimate proof that person is far gone. That means that whatever entity that latch on to them, whatever that religious system, they all have what we call an agenda system. Whatever it is, that entity is draining that person. So that person mindset is not the same anymore. The person done lost the humanity in them because again, family members, people that you grow up with, people that when you were an innocent baby, when you were a kid, y'all grew up together. Y'all have enough history to always keep the bond together. But guess what? As soon they subscribe to that religion, all bond is gone. All connection is gone unless you partake in the same step as them. That, my friend, is insane ritual. That, my friend, is not normal. That is what you call being in control by outside forces that they use to hide behind those religious sectors. And these forces latch on to you, and this is what you call spiritual parasite. That is the number one reason of spiritual parasite is religious doctrine. Now, let me say this for a lot of people that don't get it. Now, to me, this is how I view religion. I think I view now, when I say religion, I'm talking about people that build their life around it, people that structure their entire life in that mindset. Let me say this again. Rob, what up, big homie? Big homie Rob in the building. What up, big Pippin? Let me say this for people that need to understand. What you call religion, like when people go into church, when people just structure their entire life. Listen now, some people use this. To me, if I would have using this, I would have used this as to explain. To me, this is what I think it is. I think it's a community. I only view this as a community base. I feel like people do this to gather themselves or to create a little family because this is the system of America. America is very a systematical nation and is very isolated and is very secluded. So I get it for most. You get involved into a little community, but there's nothing spiritual at all about that shit. It's just a community that we want to come together to do so. And to me, that's what it is. But spiritual is beyond this physical. And this is when you know. If you get involved to a community, the community have a set of law, they have a set of rules, and this is what they all about. There's nothing spiritual about that. Because again, anything, that's why I'm saying this, because I've been victimized. I mean, I'm not saying that, I mean, I'm just a testimonial when it comes to this. Because I have a lot of family members, I kid you not, they don't talk to me because of the person that I am. But now ask yourself, what is that force? What is that influence that remove the connection of not only we have the same blood, but that remove the memory that we grew up with? Memory that is not only sacred, but is actually we identify as a blood. What is that strong? What is this powerful forces that severed that connection to that point of the person to not see you, not even with family? What is that? This is what I've been trying to tell people. This is not natural. You are involved with a force that is anti-love. You are dealing with a force that is anti-family. You are dealing with a force that's trying to divide you from what makes you the strongest. Folks, let me remind you again, the strongest forces of this planet is family, bro. If before you can get evolved, before you get anywhere in life, if you don't have the family structure, if your family is not the first step to build a trust, you can never find it anywhere in the world. Family is your first step, or family is the first learning curve to navigate this chaotic world. If you can't find unity in family, you will never find unity anywhere. Now, let me say this. There's always an energy within family that can cause you might have issue with some family members, but there's what we call a bottom line. There's a bottom line in family. Yes, there's family members I might not talk to, I might not subscribe into, but there's a bottom line. Now, what is this bottom line? There's no way I'm trying to unalive a family member for absolutely nothing. That is my bottom line. I should never try to wish harm to my family member because of whatever the hell it might be. That is my bottom line. And unfortunately, in this time, the most horrendous actions, the most horrendous activity has been happening between family members. That is your proof to let you know we have spiritual parasite that is causing us, that is blinding us to do what was supposed to be done in a natural level, which means mutual love, normality of respect. We can't even have that for family members. We've in this day and age, most of us find more solitude, most of us find more trust in strangers way before we find it in family members. Ask yourself how and why it's like that. All of it is what we call spiritual parasite. That is the only reason all of this has been happening, because something is latched onto us, something is controlling our thought, something is controlling our emotion. It's called emotion, because they remove us from the motion. What is the motion? The motion of love. What is the motion? The motion of self-respect. What is the motion? The motion of empathy. That remove that motion, they put that motion. That means throw you off completely to your natural order. That is what you call spiritual parasite, folks. So religion has always been the number one structure or system. They have the majority of these parasites. This is the same thing. Same thing you find in food. There's a lot of food brand. There's some brand, the more you consume it, that is a higher risk of conducting or having or abstracting parasite. That's the same thing. That is the same thing. All right? Spiritual parasite. Nothing changed. And a lot of us fill up with these things because we never cleanse ourselves. Now, what is the cleanse? We do that. Cleanse is a frequency. There's a humming sound. There's a frequency. There's a wave. Because again, more you tune in, the more you use this frequency, the more you get rid of them. When you get rid of them, you get rid of those frequency band that's on you. So only way you heal frequency is to know what sound wave of resonance. So you match it and you amplify it so that shit can latch the hell out of you. And that's the difference. And again, be there tomorrow at 9. We're gonna make it happen. So before I leave, because time is flying, I just released this short documentary. I do animation. Listen, man, I'm not bragging, but my shit is up there. God damn it, we doing big things. I'm not out here to do any mediocre shit and trying to do little small stuff. Greetings to you, gorgeous Empress. Listen now, we doing it big. We doing it real big. So I just do this, and it's for the women months, because we in the women months. And shout out to all my beautiful ladies up in here, all my mothers out here, all my sisters and cousins. Shout out to all of y'all. I mean, they chose a month to me as a lifetime, because you guys is the architect of life. Women is the womb man. Without women, we cannot have a person like me, like you, like anyone spectator watching. Listen, you guys is the mother, and again, women is the reflection of the Most High, okay? The first teachers, you name it. And unfortunately, the way society is shaping women to be, they are literally spitting in the face of the Most High, okay? So, I mean, I give divine honors to all women months, as they call it. If it was for me, if I was running, if I was a president, if I was running, it will be rent free for all mothers and all household, all family, their marriage, all women. If you got children, you are rent free, and you have 50% off in everything you buy. Absolutely, because y'all deserve that. Okay? If a woman is frustrated, the universe is frustrated. Let me say it again. If a woman is frustrated, the entire universe is off balance. And this is why they've done this, because a woman mindset or a woman balance is from their man. Okay? A man is structuring the order, a woman is managing. the system. But we living in a system where they make us going against each other. They make us going in opposition because we have a spiritual parasite that's manipulating our thought, manipulating our condition, manipulating our reality. And look the world. Look, the world is upside down because of that. One order is being controlled and manipulated, and the other one don't know what the hell to do with themselves. And that's the timeline we are in. So again, I just released this documentary. It's called. Let me show you the. For people, if you don't watch it, you got to go out there to watch greatness. Okay, you got to go out there and go witness greatness, because this is greatness. Okay, that is greatness. I can care the hell less. This is it right there. This is greatness. We don't find anything like this. This is story animated. This is listen, this shit take me about 2 weeks. I've been putting the work 14-hour day to do this. 14-hour day, 2 weeks straight to do this. Okay? Highest level. This shit is beautiful. You need to go watch this. It's in my Patreon. Go to Patreon and watch this. I'll put a little short clip. The short clip is out. I'll put it right there on TikTok. But this is how you support greatness, man. This is greatness. So I'm going to have a little explanation on this because I have some people come in to me. I have people even email me because you know the haters ain't going to stop. But again, a lot of them, they don't know the truth or they don't know the story. So I'm going to explain it. For some of the people here, it's the first time you come to be. So it's in my Patreon. You type down Patreon, and then when you go there, you search for the Angry Chief, okay? The Angry Chief. This is a hell of a docs. The animation is beyond, because everything that you heard, this is me, is my voice talking, this is the narratives and every. Listen, you got to go and watch and support. This is every month I'm gonna drop an episode, okay? Every month a new one coming out. So I'm gonna explain our full story gonna be explained to animation, and again, highest level of animation. This is not like small time and people just. I'm sick of people sitting around and talk. No, we need to see. And again, if you're a parent, you have a daughter, make sure your daughter watch this. Show this to your daughter. Show this to your mom. This was dedicated for Women's Month. I did this for women because women been subjugated, or the story of women has been manipulated and never told properly. Okay, they never tell the world exactly what happened. Specifically, Indigenous American women. Okay, Indigenous American woman. When I said indigenous, I'm talking about the women from this continent, the original people of the continent. Okay, so there's a story out here, and I explain it in this, and we just gonna talk about it before the next hour fall in. So now, this is for a lot of folks that is wondering, because I get that, like, yo, oh, Califia is a myth. Oh, you know, Califia, oh, the whole horror. Because, you know, let me explain this. This is what they've done to our story. They turned our story to a myth. They turned our heritage to a fucking storytelling. So they flip everything upside down. The people that claim what they claim today, they are the real myth. But the people that we are today, they give us a mythical story, and that mythical story is that we come from a bottom of a boat from Africa, and they drop us here. Let me give one of my beautiful sister here for like Women's Month. This my rider out here. Shout out to my gorgeous sister Sunlight. Shout out to my gorgeous sister Mitchie Zaza. Shout out to all my gorgeous sisters in the building today. You are appreciated, and I love y'all. May the universe find ways, even it might take time for some, because again, all of us, you know, a lot of people now, let me say this, a lot of us, we have deep delay in our advancement in life. Some of us, we trying to change our reality, or some of us, we want certain things. We've been praying and we've been thinking, nothing's happened. Guess what? It's not your fault. You don't know your spiritual connection. Some of us, we don't even know how to proper align our energy, but I'm telling you, it's the time to be corrected, and I got you. And this is the time for it. We all my brothers and sisters, all my sisters here, I'm gonna make sure I will send energy our way, and I know the world gonna find an alignment for you. And you guys, and I'm like I said, I ask for the universe, I ask for the vibration and the resonance of this plane to find endless opportunity. I cannot ask the universe to give you prosperity. Prosperity need to be earned because what you call prosperity is an energy now. Let me say it again. There's a lot of our people here. A lot of us, we want prosperity, but you're not worth that prosperity. The universe don't see you deemed for it because what you call prosperity is energy now. Remember that. Prosperity is an energy. So you want to define it as a physical paper. You want to call it money, but to the universe, you give that person this talisman for them to perform. So everything that happens, someone has to do it. So again, that someone is energy that person going to use to provide that service that you want from the universe. So again, if you're not qualified, shout out to big homie Gaddy in the building, man. Okay, give me shout out to Gotti, man. Brother been doing this for a minute, and I know a lot of people here know who Gotti is, and Gotti been doing this, and shout out and support the big homie Gotti. Okay, so you know what to do with your cash app. Okay, you know what to do with the big homie cash app. All right, so like I said. A lot of us, you got to earn sometime what you want. The universe realize you gotta do more before it materialize into your world. And this is what a lot of us don't get. Because what you think is your reality right now, your reality might not match the mother universal reality. Now let me explain this. Some of us exist in this physical body, but our favors is 5 generations before. Let me say it again. Some of us exists on this reality right now, right? But our alignment is from 5 generations. That means you can only identify with this universe from 5 generations ago of past what we call karmatic debt or past alignment. So therefore, what you trying to do cannot materialize until you correct those generational issues or those generational spiritual parasite that still follow your line. Because again, this physical body ain't real is what inside. What inside is a frequency. You call it life, you call it existence. You had remember that frequency constantly travel. It can die. Nothing died. If you have a soul or a spirit like a frequency, it traveled and incarnated in these physical flesh. But before it incarnated, yes, energy can never dissipate it. It transformed. It's either going higher or it go lower. So the only changing you find with energy is the constant change of evolving or devolving. So devolution and evolution is the only process of true existence. Evolution and devolution is the true process of existence. So again, some of us here, everything we trying to make to become a reality always have opposition. Why? We only identify with the universe from 5 generations ago. That means until we start to do what generational ago was doing, the universe does not recognize in us. Because this universe only recognizes us through energy. So the only free that's why I call aura. Your aura is is what you call your true identification to the universal plane. So the only way the universe see you is to the energy you project. So based on what you project, the universe identify you exactly what are you. So unfortunately for us, a lot of us only identify with the condition of our life. Some of us, we carry the burden of our father. That means when we were born, the karma of your father passed down to you. So now you don't even know yourself because you carry the burden of your father. You carry the burden of your mother because now you don't know who you were. You don't know exactly what is your real energy because how you carry burden from people. You don't know if your father you was living under the roof of your father. Now he's trying to install his ideology into you, and that ideology now is what you want to use as a blueprint for your success. And guess what? Every time you try, it never worked because the universe not seeing you. The universe will see your father. So you, in your eyes, is you trying to do it, but for the universe, this is not you. You trying to identify with somebody else. So whatever you trying to achieve, the universe like no, because I already done with that before. About you tell me about who you are because whatever you have around you is a burden. So again, this is spiritual parasite. This is spiritual baggage that you still carry on. And a lot of us also, you don't know what condition that you come to this world. Now, what is these conditions? Simple. A lot of us is just problems of life. That your mom find a way to try to trap your father because your father probably have more physical access. He probably have money. That was the only way out for your mom to be okay in life, and he have a baby. So again, when you come to this world, the universe don't see you the same as others. You are a conditional being. So until you figure this shit out, until you get rid of certain baggage, the universe does not recognize you because the energy you come here is not you. This is a baggage or a frequency from some conditions of life that follow you from here. Okay? This is so much into this world. And this is why I tell people all the time, you got to do certain little steps. And the first steps is spiritual parasite. Get rid of them. Frequency. Build yourself. There's a resonance. See, my job in the near future is to identify with all of you guys to have your own resonance. All of us supposed to have a resonance. And I can help you find it. Remember now, this is not me going to tell you that. It will come to you in your dream. Because your dream is your safe space. Because right now, we're using this internet to do this. Right now, we're not using our natural space. That's why dream is vital. Dream is important because this is your safe haven, your safe space. So these are places real informations come to you. Information not only for you, this is identified with your core essence. And this is important for you to get involved with that. So now, back to the story. The whole Califia, I get people say it was a myth. Oh, Califia never exists. This was a mythical thing. Oh, black folks is using this as a... Let me say this again. What you call Califia, this is a Creole word. And the story of Califia is the story of the war into the imperium. Now, what is the war? When they told you 1492. Now, let me explain this for a lot of people. They're still lost. The story of Califia is the story of when they invade the empire of Haiti. 1492. When they told you Columbus come here, the story of so-called Columbus, this is the Califia they were talking about. Califia is those women that was in charge. When they told you Columbus come here, he was talking with the empress, not a queen. Empress, this was the Yenga Empire. Okay? These were the women that was in charge. America is a matriarchal society. Okay? Women was running America. Let me remind you once again. Women was running America. Know that. So when they talk about Califia, it's a Creole word. When I said Creole, for most people, this is the first time you got here, Creole mean created all. That is the Cree language. Today, you get the word Creek. Now, they want to tell you one of the foundation of the indigenous people in America, they call them the Creek. Let me say this, okay? When you said Cree, remember the word Cree or Greek, all of them comes from Creek. This is a Creole word. Let me remind you again. Today, we anglicize those words. And those words would sound like Cree. You said the Cree nation. No, it's the Creek. Okay, today it's a Greek or Creek. It's Creek. What is Creek? It's a Creole word that is symbolized the little part of the bird. Okay, it's the top. You see, the bird have a top of the head of the bird. That's why the symbology of the empire is the bird. Those birds that grow on, they call Creek. That's why they said the Cree people, because those that carry the headdress, when we have the headdress of having what we call the crown with the bird, or we carry the bird, they call them the Cree. Our women used to use that. So when you said Cree, you talk about Krek. That's why you get Grek. When they talk about the Greek, remember Greek means Grek, Krek. They talk about our people here. All of it is foreigners, foreign people trying to identify our people within their own language. So you have foreign language identify our people here in our land. And the foreign language now, shout out to my gorgeous sister, Sovlin in the building. Big time. Shout out to you, sis. That's another strong supporter of mine. May the ancestor provide all the time. My Auntie Bay, the gorgeous one, what's good? So again, when you heard the word Cree, the Cree Nation, those today that you heard that said Cree Nation, these are people that identify with our true inheritance or our true indigenous. They don't even know in these words where I'm going to show you all the name that they manipulate so you don't know what it was. So when they talk about the Cree is the Krek, the Grek, okay, the Greek is the Krek. They talk about these bird man, because the bird have the Krek. That's why in Creole word we love saying "got go son Krek." That means that's a large creek. They call it. I don't know how to say it in English, but that's where the word Cree come from. It comes from Krek, and that's where you get the word Grek from. Let's keep on moving so you understand. The women today you call Califia. It's a Creole word, okay? Califia, it's a Creole word. And this is why they did this, because they don't want you to know the truth, because the truth going to send you right back to your true inheritance. So they have to hide it from you. So again, Califia is a Creole word, and again, it's a K. Now they rewrite it. Remember, a lot of language, a lot of name has been removed. They remove letters to also hide the true names behind things. So it was a K, but today is a C. Remember, when you say Califia, you telling the energy of the women. Ka mean energy, Li mean that, Fia mean the woman. So it mean the energy of women. When you said Califia, this is a Creole word, mean the energy of women, the power of women. That's what Califia mean, the power of women. But they don't want you to know that because they have an ideology, and the idea is it's a myth. They automatically said that in your subconscious to tell you if you hear about Califia, it simply mean myth. No, it's not a myth. This is a true story that really happened. Because when you said Califia, you talk about the power of women. Now, who are these women they're talking about? These are freedom fighters. These are the women that they call the Amazon warriors. Every time you heard about the Amazon warriors, these were the women. These are the Califia, the energy of these women. Now, let me explain it furthermore for some people that don't get it. Every time you heard about the Amazon warriors, people assuming they want to bring, okay, they want to bring the Dahomey women. That mean the women. Now, let me show you a lights, camera, action. Let me find out if I still have the picture here. Let me show you the one of the fabrication story. There you go. I have it right there. So the universe want me to talk about that. Now, let me talk about this. This is Hollywood. You see what you're looking at here? This is all part of the Reconstruction era. What you're looking at here is supposed to be the Dahomey women, the Dahomey warriors. Now, understand this picture was taken in the 1930s. This is right after the Empire fall. Right after the Empire fall, and the re-education system started, and they're gonna start to redo things differently because they are prepare a next generation. They are prepared. They are grooming a next generation to fall into line for what they created. So what you're looking at here is the supposed to be the Dahomey warrior. Now, this is what people don't tell you. Okay, Dahomey didn't exist in Africa. Let me say it again. Dahomey exists in the Suriname. Let me remind you again. There's no Amazon in Dahomey. Today, what you call Benin. There's no Amazon in the Benin. The Amazon is here in America. And Dahomey is right there in the Suriname. So when they were talking about the Amazon warrior, when they were talking about the Dahomey, it was never in Africa. It was always here in America. Okay? It was always here in America. So here in America, this is what they manipulate the story, and they give us something else to project outside of us in order for us to see it differently. Now, who is these women? Now, I see somebody said no proof. Now, let me explain this to you. These women is what you call today The women in Haitian Revolution. Now let me explain this to you, because a lot of you people don't know nothing. It's not your fault, and we're gonna talk about it. It's not your fault. You just don't know it. Okay? If you don't know it, you won't find answer to nothing. But now let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. Now we're gonna go to the you know. Now this drawing, everybody know this drawing. This is America. Okay? These are your Califia warriors. Okay? This is your Califia warriors right there. Th- this is a drawing that was dated way back, and this is in Library of Congress. Okay? This woman, see, you see what the guy had, you see what the guy have on top of his head? You saw this is he have like a bird that looked like a cock. That is a click that he put on top of his head. These are the Cree, okay? These are the Cree, what you call click in Creole word. That's what's on top of his head. On tet cork. Okay? Now, somebody said cartoon picture. Now, it's not your fault. You don't know nothing. It's not your fault. This is not a cartoon picture, sir. This is a drawing of depictions in America. This is in the Library of Congress. I don't make this up. It's not your fault. Now, you looking at this, you assume it's a cartoon. No. This is a drawing in Library of Congress. Okay? I don't make this up. You don't know nothing. It's not your fault. But now, let's keep on moving. Now, what you see here, I know they're clueless. They're completely lost. It's not their fault. It's their hurt. What you're looking at on the top, this is a Califia you're looking at here. This is the people that was fighting, the woman soldiers. What Wakanda sold you, the Wakanda story. Okay? These were the Califia. Califia. Okay? The power of these women. Now, let me explain this to you because you don't understand. These are the same women that was fighting in the so-called Haitian Revolution. Now, let me explain this again. The so-called Haitian Revolution, they told you there's a bunch of women that was fighting in the Haitian Revolution. Oh, yes, there was a lot of them fighting. But what they failed to tell you, what they failed to show, this is a Califia you're looking at here. These were those women fighting in the so-called Haitian Revolution. These were the warriors. What they tell you about the so-called Haitian Revolution? Those women was fierce. They were fighting with machetes. A lot of them couldn't be penetrated by bullets. Some was running in front of cannons. They told you. You even heard people told you the so-called Haitian Revolution. It was women that helped win that goddamn war, which is true. Now let me say the only difference is they want to make a Haitian revolution. When you say Haitian Revolution, we talking about, oh man, someone hating on the live, bro. Somebody hating on the live, bro. Everybody drop a rose and just tap good live out here. Drop a rose F1 up in here. I have to do the little puzzle crap. People's hating on the goddamn live, bro. This is sad, bro. But anyway, that's the reality. That's why I don't do live often, because I mean, it's just like I feel like I'm wasting my time. There's always a hating ass person out here tripping, but it's all good. So once again, what you looking at here, this is the story. When they talk about the Haitian Revolution, it was a bunch of women fighting. Yes, but they were fighting to maintain their territory. Today, this is what they do. What you're looking at here also, this is a drawing of the Library of Congress. I don't make nothing up. Okay? This is how the real woman that was fighting looked like. Let me show you how Hollywood redacted. Hollywood gave us this. Okay? Hollywood gave us this. But these women, they always have a way. Our ancestors have them depicted everywhere. Okay? They got depicted everywhere. So now let me explain even more, so you get to know what's been taking place since the ancient time. Okay? Let me show you. Now, man, that little sucker just trying to, no, man. Where's the picture? Let me get back to it. Okay? This is the mother Yenga right there. This is your Anacaona. Okay? When you heard these story, when they talk about Anakaho, remember all of these story is story they gave us so we assimilate from the truth. So they gave us a piece of the truth, but they create characters, they create different spectrums of the reality to make us see it differently. Because the goal is, the goal is, yes, they're going to tell us the truth, but not entirely. And also the truth going to be a part of manipulations involved. Because the story is we not from here. The story is we come from somewhere else. Because they want to hide the truth that we always been here and we are home. So once again, this is your Anakahona you're looking at here. That is the mother Yinga right there. This is why let me show you once again. See, listen, I don't make shit up. I only bring facts. Let me show you some again. Let me show you some again. Okay? This is the mother Yinga. Where the picture, man? I was just using this picture. Give me 1 second. Man, time is flying. Time is flying. Okay? Now look at this. Look at the guy on the right again. Look at his hat. What do you see? In Creole, we call this Kwok Zenga. Joe Lulu's Nakala. Big shout out to big homie Lulu's out here. Anybody that watch, that speak Creole, you familiar with Creole, you got to go out there and follow this brother right there. Every morning he have a show in Creole, you got to go out there and support the brother out here, okay? Go to you, Joe Lulu's out here in the building. But once again, what you looking at, the guy on the hat, you see the hat he have on? That hat is what you call Kwok Zinga, Kwok Yinga. This is all indigenous practice. And all of these names is still there. But they don't want you to know that. Oh, man, shout out to Met in the building, man. Met Nakala, big up to another brother out here. If you a Creole person, you speak Creole, follow the brother Met. And he's also talking about the science of the Veve. He's an educator. Follow this brother out here in the building, okay? So once again, what you're looking at here with the guy on the hat, this is what we call Kwok Zinga. This is the Kwok Yinga. Same family line, same culture. This is why you find that shit is into the entire sigil. Now, those guys you saw that's carrying, the reason why they are carrying the mother Yinga, because what she wear. Now, let me explain for a lot of people that don't know. When you find our ancestors wear these style of clothing, where they're almost naked, they're using this because it's war. This is a war clothing line. This is not how they dress in the regular. They dress like this because it's war. So this is our military wardrobe. 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 You get it? Wardrobe. So wardrobe. 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 You get it? Wardrobe. So we, for that reason. It was not because of, and for some people that wonder, you will wonder, like, okay, how could you wear, how could you so naked, you in the middle of a war? Why not using a metal, or why not put something that can understand? These people, they cannot be penetrated by bullets. Let me say it again. These people cannot be penetrated by bullets because they perform ritual. They have frequency, they have entities around them. But in order for this to work, they cannot wear clothes. This is how the magical part work. You got to be naked and you have to be barefoot. Because when you barefoot, you connect with the ethereum frequency. You connect with nature. You grounded yourself. When your foot connect with the earth, the elemental of the earth cover your aura, cover your force field. When they shoot at us, guess what? None of it works because we have the supernatural protection. So the reality of the physical world does not match our physical reality. So it's two different reality interfaces with each other. So now the people you saw carrying this mother Yenga, these are people that lost the war. These are soldiers that come here to fight the empire, but after we win, they become Slavs. These are people that after the war, they become servants. That's why they were naked. Humiliation. They were carrying the mother Yenga. Okay? The mother supreme. These were the Ottomans. These were the prisoner from Ottomans in the past that comes here and now they have to work now. We didn't unalive them because this was not a part of our tradition because we were never warmongering people. They were the invader that come here trying to take over our shit. So this was a rehab for them. We're going to rehab their savagery out of there. So for that, they have to serve us. They have to serve. So within years of servitude, we rehab them to the system. We don't believe on unaliving people. This is what they don't tell you. So now let's keep on moving so you understand the difference. This is what they don't tell you. So now let's keep on moving so you understand the difference. Okay? So remember, that was a queen. Enter the tradition. This is a Mother Yinga here. Understand, in the so-called Haitian story, they told you there was a woman called Mary Jane. Now, this is why a lot of us here in the States, a lot of people in America, Indigenous American people, people that you want to call Black Americans, you know any woman that is a rider, you know any women that's considered a woman that's not afraid to fight back, they want to call it Mary Jane. Where you think this knowledge come from? You never wonder how the fuck, like a warrior, like we always see a rider die, you want to call it a Mary Jane before a Bonnie and Clyde. Ask yourself where they get that from. Because Mary Jane, the story of Mary Jane, these were the story of the woman that was fighting. Because they told you in Haitian story, Mary Jane is a brave, probably the bravest woman that was leading the revolution. Coincidence? No. Now, understand, what is the name of the area that Mary Jane was fighting? Because listen now, I want to let you know, this is how the people did. This is how they always do. They're going to put the truth in your face. They're going to tell you the truth. But if you don't catch it up, if you don't catch it, it's on you. So therefore, the lie going to stay. Therefore, the lie going to be assimilated by a generation to come because they put the truth in your face, but you could not decipher the truth in order to change the reality they try to forge on you. Now, what is the truth? It's simple. Mary Jane was fighting an area called what? Crête à Pierrot. Huh? Let me say it again. The name of the area she was fighting called La Crête à Pierrot. They told you right in your face. This was the Cree War. Let me say it again. This was the Cree Nation War. Because the area called, the war name was Crête à Pierrot. Cree, Crête. Crête mean crack. Crête mean creek. When you said the creek, that is the Crête. The word Crête mean creek. When somebody say you I'm a creek, that was the war she was fighting. The Creek War. Today, in French, they call it La Crête à Pierrot. You're not ready for this. This was Indigenous War. Okay? This was Indigenous War. They switched the story around. And today you have a bunch of new people call themselves indigenous. A group of new people said they were the Cree Nation. They told you they've been fighting wars. And when you ask them what war the Cree Nation fight, they can tell you nothing. Because the Cree War was our indigenous ancestor that was fighting, named, reclassified as Haitian Revolution. But this was the Creek War, called Crête à Pierrot, mean Cree War. This is why when you find a woman that is still today in America, that's really about their life, really about their business, they tell you, yo, that's a Mary Jane out here. So now you want to talk about, oh, I'm going to roll up on Mary Jane. I'm going to smoke on Mary Jane. That is the Mary Jane they were talking about. That warrior spirit of the woman that you call Kalifia. She was one of the Kalifia. Okay? She was one of the Kalifia. Now, another woman out here. How many people know? Because they will tell you here in the States, oh, if you get across some of these women, they are known to be rebel by nature. Once you give a child a name, Okay? Oh no, man. Anybody with a name like that, she is very rebel. Woo. Teacher. Once you give a child a name, okay? Oh no, man. Anybody with a name like that, she is very rebel. Woo. Toya. Now rebel like that. You never wonder that why women with name Toya is known to be rebel here in the States. In the so-called Haitian Revolution, we have warrior women named Toya. Now, the story is, okay, it's like, oh, Toya come from Africa. Now, how many women in Africa with name goddamn Toya? Huh? How many women that you know in Africa named Toya? Can't find it. Someone said a lot. Woo. Are you serious? Ngazi, Ngolo, Magu, Nana Intolo? Come on, man. Stop playing. Here in the States is where you find Toyas. You find Toya everywhere. Here in the mainland, to be exactly. You will find a lot of people with name Toya more than any other places in the goddamn world. Because this, what you call names of frequency, that pass down to generations of generation. Stop it. Stop playing. Okay? It's the truth. Now, ask yourself again. Now, let me go to this woman here. Everybody know the truth. Now, ask yourself again. Now, let me go to this woman here. Everybody know another was calling me now. Anybody hear me? Anybody hear me though? Is my voice is good? Are we good? I want somebody to write something down. My voice is good, right? We good? Okay. Understand that. This woman, because it seems the so-called they want to call Haitian Revolution was the indigenous war that they want to hide, okay? Because when you say Haitian rebel, that was the name of the empire. That was the name of the imperium. This was the imperium war. They refused to tell the world, or they try to manipulate to tell you what it was. So now there's a woman. They told you she was a lieutenant. She was a lieutenant. Her name was Sanit Belair. Now let me get to this once again. Oh crap. Are you serious? Somebody report my life over tobacco and drug use? They are restricted my life over that? Oh no, man, this is ridiculous. Is I mean, really? Seriously? I mean, come on, man. I mean, lie, man. I'm gonna leave, man. This is the thing. Like, this is the problem. TikTok, do something about that, man. I have two different restrictions for things that's not even. I mean, serious? Where, man? This is the problem, bro. People, haters had too much power on this live. Too much power. Haters got too much power on this live. They allow TikTok allow people to report and complain for what? Where's the proof? It's ridiculous. Man, I have to come back, bro. I'm coming back, y'all. All right, I'm coming back. So I'm coming back probably in the next 4 hours. I'm coming back in 4 hours. Because every single time I come back in this place, I always got banned for another week and two. It's just ridiculous, man. Oh my God, those hating people, man. They can take the truth, man. It can take the truth, man. Anyway, I'm coming back, folks. But going out here on the Patreon to be a part of this coming up frequency cleanse we're gonna have tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Frequency cleanse. You just get your body together. We get prepared spiritually. And also go out there and watch this documentary, man. Go watch it. Okay? I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. I'm gonna come back. All right? Appreciate y'all. Later.